to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Houston Texans and our home team. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. We are set for a good one. Should be a fun one. Off we go on EA Sports. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18. That's it.
On the bootleg, it's Stroud. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
Anybody that I really recognize ain't surprised to ride me to the vibe. I be the beast, you got trying to pull it out, but I'm incentivized by in the thighs. Whipping on it like I'm picking a pride. I hit the crib with a collide, but really ain't tripping. We can get it right.
2nd and 10.
Oh, ready? 18.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Throw on the run is complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 23 yards. It's good for a Texans 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Hampton. And he's all the way down to the 15-yard line. That's good for 27 and a 1st down. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
Here we go. 18.
They'll go again with Hampton. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
Hey, uno more.
Another run here with Hampton. And he's into the end zone. What a start. Touchdown, Texans. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
Well, we had a feeling, Mike, from talking to them this week in our meetings that they wanted to put last week behind them as quickly as possible. They could not wait for this ball to be kicked off here today, and it couldn't have gone better. They take the opening possession, they go right down the field and come away with the touchdown, and I'm not sure how many people on that sideline can even remember the score from last weekend.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Bronco 80. Ready. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Warrior 70.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
6-yard line.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
All right. Hey, stop, swap. Mother swap.
Stroud going to set up the throw. Going up top. And that is incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
All right. 118. What's that?
Now Stroud. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
Third and 7.
What's that? 118. What's that?
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The Texans going to turn things over to their field goal unit. They'll put this one down at midfield. Here comes a 60-yard attempt. His kick is good! From 60 yards out, he's got the leg to knock it through.
And you talk about having confidence in your kicker, Mike. I mean, to send him out there to kick from midfield, and what does he do? He repays you with that confidence with a 60-yard field goal. I mean, that was something else.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. The return starts from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right past the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Stephanie! Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Cougar 19. Go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Daniel. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
1st and 10.
A gain there of 24 yards. And that will be a 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Let's go now. Ready, ready.
And here's Bijan. Has some room inside the 30. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
Check, check. Ready, ready. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Rig it.
They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Ready, ready. Check, Panther. Here we go. Check. Cowboy 80. Check go.
On the give, it's Robinson. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
20-yard line. A 9-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Ready?
Here's Daniel. Got a man. That's Rasheed Rice. And he's in. What a drop. Rasheed Rice. Touchdown Thunderbirds. That his second TD catch of the season.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession two. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Buffalo 18.
They'll throw with Daniels. To the end zone. It's intercepted.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. A big hole. A terrific run. He's got this one down inside the 30-yard line. A big play to kick off this drive. 53 yards.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
In motion now, it's Collins.
Why Tony? Buggy.
On first down, right back to Hampton. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Here's Hampton. Space to run. Inside the 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Give him a second touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
him right there, watch him right there. Mustang 19. Street. 19 tight. 19 tight. Hey, Smash. Riggs.
Now another timeout called by this offense. They have one remaining. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
Maverick. 60 Eagles. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. On the run to the right. Now he'll run it. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. 19 Tiger. Rig alert. Buffalo 18. 70 Ranger. Cup 19. Ready?
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go.
To throw is Daniel. They go right back to Rice. He's got it again. Still on his feet. And he will go all the way. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Toronto. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A terrific job all the way around. Especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming.
Here we go.
Will line up for a
Cowboy
2-point
80.
conversion.
Go.
Throwing now, Daniel. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
quick, right? 18, what's up?
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons, he can spread the ball out and find the open space.
Here we go. Tony.
On 1st down, it's Hampton. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. One quarter in the books. It's the Texans who have the early lead. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. It's Texans football. Quarter number 2 begins as they've got it with a 1st down coming up.
All right. 18, what's up? Stop.
Read our key.
Hampton trying to work inside. And he'll be brought down, but what a run. Down to the 40. That pickup good for 29 yards. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Stroud to throw. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. He's into the clear again. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Texans. A 3-touchdown game for him. That's now 5 on the year. A try here for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Texans add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10.
Ready? Liking 18. Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
No gain on the play.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
On the jump. Here we go. Set. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Roll, hey, check that. Ready,
Another run here for Robinson. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that walk. That's enough for a first down.
First down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 4.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
60 Bison. Riggs. Rig it. Unlock Lion. Smash. Go.
Now Robinson. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Kalen Bullock there on the tackle. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Now a 3rd and 2.
Let's go. 19 Tiger. Cup 19. Ready.
Daniels now going to look to throw. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Price.
You can see that he was trying to find something downfield, trying to take a shot there on 3rd and short, but really nice job understanding there was nothing downfield, no need to force it. Get the ball underneath, get a fresh set of downs, and start over again.
So, a pair of first downs moves them out to the 47-yard line, and it's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
A gift, and here comes Robinson. What a run. He brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line. It's a big run by Robinson. It's a gain of 34.
Explosive plays. Teams understand just how valuable they are in regards to the ability to score points. Typically, they come through the air, Mike. In this case, they got it on the ground. Now they find themselves inside the red zone.
Get it. Count.
On first down, right back to Robinson. And this time, they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
22-yard line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Ready. Panthers 19 Lions.
Throwing is Daniel. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark him out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
First and goal at the 1
They've got it. It'll be first and goal after a pickup of 21. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal.
Here we go, check. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 70, check. No, no. Ready.
Robinson. And looked like he might have had a lane, but the defense closed quickly. He did not get in. Second
It's a
down.
loss of 1. Brings up second and goal. At the
They'll go with the sneak. Looking to squeeze into a crease somewhere. Did not break the plane. They're going to mark him short.
No gain on the play.
This offense is finding out the hard way, Mike. There is just not a lot of room to operate against this defense down near the goal line.
They were stopped on second down, now third and goal from the 1.
Tag. Cougar 19. Panther 60, Panther 60. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Roll. Chop alert, chop alert. Right now, boys. Get up.
They'll try to run with Robinson. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown Thunderbird. His 12th touchdown of the year.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for 2.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken around the 11. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
All right.
They'll start on the ground with Hampton. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
At the 48-yard line.
At 18. What's that?
Stroud to throw here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It is a big-time play for Houston. 39 yards.
Buggy. Hey.
They're going to motion the tight end over here.
Y'all to the right. Y'all to the right. Y'all to the right. Oh, boy. Hey, uno.
They'll run with Hampton. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look them over during the break. Second and goal.
All right. 118. That's it.
In motion comes Andrews. They'll run. He'll try the left side now.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Big play coming up. Third and goal.
118.
They'll run. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The extra point is up and through. And the Texans tack on one more to their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Maverick, 6.
Slam.
Viking, 18. Buffalo, 18. Panther, 11. Trap 60. Ready, right?
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here we go. Warriors, 70 Timberwolves. 19 Lions. 18 Rattlers. 60 bison.
On second down, it's Daniels. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Turn up. Kill, turn up.
Go get him, go get him, go get him. Go.
To throw is Daniels on first and 10. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he's in. Touchdown, Toronto. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
I'm nothing like them, I put paper over clearly. I used to want to M, now I got self. If it's about money, then you know it's with it. If it's about money, then you know I'm on it. Behave, no glitz.
Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point and go for 2.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Daniels gonna throw again. He'll try to do it with the screen. And he'll get in for the 2-point conversion. And now the deficit is just a field goal.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. Whoa! He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10.
On the quick, right? 18. That's it. Hey, uno Mars. Under. Like Tony.
To throw is Stroud. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
16 yards.
Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Here we go. 18. That's it.
A tight end in motion now. Out to his right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Here we go. 18. That's it.
On second down, Stroud. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a first down.
This guy's really starting to roll now. I mean, his involvement in the passing game just continues to pick up. And until the defense identifies him as a pass threat, I expect this quarterback to keep looking his way.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Oh, ready?
Shotgun snap, and they give it to Hampton. And they'll take this down inside the 35. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Three points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2 kicks off. Here comes a return from the 5. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on 1st down. A pickup of 7.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Okay,
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Wrap roll 80.
Here's a toss left side for Robinson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a pickup of 13 yards. And that will be a 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
On the toss, it's Robinson. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll run, and this is Cam Scatterboo. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
8. Ready.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Cougar 19. 18, Pioneers. Hey, smash. Cup 19, Cup 19. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
From the shotgun, it's Daniel. He's going to have a 1st down forced out Nice pickup of 9.
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an arc to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the first down.
On the ready. 1st and 10 now from the 36.
Get it. Trap goal 80. Cowboy 80. Check smash. 60 Eagles. 18 Rattler. 60 Bison.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Ready? 60 Bison.
Trying the left side, here's Robinson. Peeling forward for maybe a yard. Kamari Lassiter there on the stop.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
I'm a direction to write about. The 2 months not make a type of mine. But I'm gonna wake up like a rock. Step on my brother.
1st down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down.
19 Tiger. 60 Maverick.
Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. We'll talk things over before 3rd down.
Okay, break. Cougar 19. Here we go. 70 chip. Panther 60. Dragon 60.
Now Daniels. Open man left side. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. Gain of 16 for the man who wears 16. And a 1st down. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18.
Go.
On the give, it's Robinson. And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
They'll run with Robinson. Good blocking, and he's in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Thunderbirds. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
All right. Tony.
They'll begin here on the ground. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Let's go. 118. That's it. Hey, south.
On play action. Stroud. Throw on the run is complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That one's good for 29.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
1st and 10. Now a give on the ground, and some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
All right. At 18. What's that? 19 Texans.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. Tackle made right at the 20-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On the quick, right? At 18.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. 2nd down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
Off the play fake. In motion now, it's Collins. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They need one right now. Third and long.
18. Let's go.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker. It is first and goal.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here we go.
Here's a run. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Push back to the 11-yard line for second and goal.
18. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Rolling right. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
Well, it's probably one of the most used cliches in football, but I think this is probably the appropriate use of missed opportunity. I mean, he's open in the end zone. All he has to do now is catch it. So that's a play they're going to look back on at the end of this game and say, man, we let that one slip away.
For the lead, here is third and goal.
How is that? Hot. 18.
To throw, it's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
So here we go. Could be the play that ends up deciding this one. Fourth down and goal. Now Stroud. And that is caught on fourth and goal. They've got it. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. His kick is good, and the Texans go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This is going to be taken in at the 3. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Mama jump. Ready. 70 Timberwolves. Go.
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He's got room at the 30. Past midfield. Angling to the sideline. Inside the 35. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 82 yards for the touchdown. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. The extra point is good. And the Thunderbirds have taken a 4-point advantage.
Texans 38.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Safe kick taken at the 5. Get across the 20 and mark him at the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right. 18.
His drive will start on the ground. And the strength on display, rattling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
Down at the 31. A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
From the 31, here comes a 2nd and a yard.
All right. 18.
They'll go play action with Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 35 yards.
It's a gain of 35.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
18. 12.
They'll go with a counter on first down. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. First down for Houston.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here we go. Let's go.
In motion comes Andrews.
18. That's right.
Play clock has expired. You're not going to get this one off on top.
All right. At 18. What's that? Rob it.
Back to throw. Stroud. Quick throw, taken in.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards, stay on track, because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to third down.
18. What's that?
Stroud to throw. Forced to his right, and that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down.
18. What's up? Two jet.
Tight end on.
Stroud. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Houston.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal.
The kick is good. Makes the score Texans 45, Thunderbirds 42.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here is 1st and 10.
Ready? Nike. Ready?
A gift, and here comes Robinson. To the 45. Down the sideline. Inside the 25. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 80 yards. It's a touchdown. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Now the try for an extra point. It's up and through. And the Thunderbirds have taken a 4-point advantage.
49, Texans 45.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
I just want to rock. I just want to rock. Body out of ya. Shorty got that body out of ya.
Here's first down.
Here we go. Tony.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Another try, 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A pickup there of 13. It's good for a Texans first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And it's a big run down to the 10-yard line.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space. And, man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll stick to the ground. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Here's 2nd down.
Here we go, let's go. 18, that's it. Rob it. Eleven. Hey, uno. Hey.
Putting the tight end in motion. A second down throw for Stroud. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
Look, Mike, I don't want to imply that they drew this play up specifically because this is when the league is celebrating National Tight Ends Day. But you got to admit, it's kind of fun seeing him score on this day in particular and join his fellow tight ends who have also scored throughout the league.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up for first and 10.
18, Pioneer. Ringo. Ready.
On play action, Daniels. On a throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
From those who came up before me, I made a change of the story. Find me a work in the morning. Find me what people I'm on it, man. Cause death is around every corner. When life is a free for a person, dog, you act like an animal corner. Savage is speaking a language, y'all. You don't understand you a foreigner. But nobody needs an advantage now. We need some knowledge.
They'll come up now for second down.
19, Cowboy 80, 60 Eagles, 60. No.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. They go sidelines, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. No challenge flags in the last 2 minutes from the sideline. All second looks will come from replay, and I think the referee's been buzzed here to get another look at this call, and it is a big one. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's first and 10.
Trap 60, 18 Cardinal. Hey. 70 Ranger. Check out.
To throw is Daniels. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10.
Warriors, 70. 70 Timberwolves. Come back. 70 Timberwolves.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Go.
To the air again is Daniel. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Come on. Set. 79 Broncos. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Tracking 60. Ready.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniel. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
70.
Banjo.
We working. Riggs. 7 Pirates.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
So it's a win for the visiting Texans.